Hey, Laserologists, how you doing? I'm not usually used to doing these types of videos. If you've been following me on the YouTube channel or even on Facebook, it's usually all very formal and edited and all the rest of it. But the stuff in the last couple of days kind of made me start thinking about a whole lot of stuff. So as you can see here, I'm actually in I'm in the bush. I'm in the Australian bush. And if you've been following the channel or anything like that, you guys know I'm Australian. Over the last couple of years, I've been really quiet on the videos that I've been making. I have been producing videos, but not as much as I could. And a lot of people, I kind of gave a bit of a break. It's been 3 years on the live stream stuff. And I didn't really let the audience know because I'm a big believer that social media isn't really there to share negativity. The stuff that I always did, even before the videos on the lasers, and obviously that's the direction I went. Before it was Laser Livestream, it was my name, Gil Poznansky, and if you ever caught those things, you would have seen that my monarch or my handle was the Kosher Tony Stark, and it was all about making and having these great experiences and sharing them with everyone. And then obviously moved on to the Laser Livestream, doing the live streams, and then something really interesting happened, and as I said, I didn't bring this up at all because I'm not a victim, I don't believe in that sort of stuff. But I started getting some messages, and they were very much directed in one very strong direction. And I guess you could call it was a very anti-Semitic way. Now, if you go through any of my older videos and all the rest of it, you would know that I'm Jewish. There's a reason why I call myself the Kosher Tony Stark. And in a way, I let that affect me. And it affected me because it wasn't just directed at me, but directed at my loved ones and the people around me, and I don't hide who I am. So, cool, took that direction, started changing things a little bit, started just going and doing videos, and, was lucky enough to start a relationship with Lightburn, go and speak to people, go to all the different Lightburn stuff. It was, wonderful, but I took a big step back. As all of you know, a couple of days ago, there was a horrible incident in Sydney, in Bondi. For a lot of people, I have a lot of friends who aren't Jewish. For a lot of people that I've met, sometimes I'm the first Jewish person that they've met. I get a lot of questions. I love the fact that I have an open relationship with everyone. One of the biggest compliments I ever got from someone was, wow, you're exactly the same way in real life that you are on video. And I always thought that was such a great compliment. So, I've met a lot of people, a lot of friends on Facebook are people who know me through this work, have no affiliation when it comes to any sort of religious or community. And I'm actually, in a situation where I didn't want to share what was going on because I didn't want this negativity to be portray of who I am. And as I said, in Sydney, the community here in Australia is incredibly small. And as names come out of the people who have lost their lives and the people who are injured, these people are not strangers to me. I don't want to go through exactly the relationships of everyone, but there's at least one person who helped me when I was living in Sydney, and this is before the Laser Livestream stuff. Again, if you go back on some of the videos, you will see that I worked in Sydney, and at the time I needed a place to stay, and this person helped me out immensely to find a place, and we became friends. And the reality is that he's no longer with us. And as I'm recording this, I realize that his funeral is going on right now. Why am I making this video? That's a good question. Why am I telling you this? Because I realized that what happened a couple of years ago had a twofold effect. One was, obviously, I started pulling back on my interaction with all of you, all the laserologists, all the people that I was able to help. I tried to justify it that there were other people on YouTube who were sharing the same knowledge and all the rest of it. But truthfully, there was fear involved. There was absolutely fear involved, especially not towards me, but towards my family and things like that. And this is well before anything that happened in the Middle East, before October 7th, before all that sort of stuff. So this anger and hatred had been around for quite some time. The second part about it is I have never hidden who I am. I've never hidden who I am from a religious point of view or a social point of view. But I don't want to say pulling back, I started being more conservative with that. And I had a teacher once who said to me, "Are you a part-time person, Gil?" Actually, he said it like this: "Are you a part-time Jew?" And what happened over the weekend made me realize two things. One, I wasn't being honest with you, all of you who have supported me and have wondered what had happened in the last couple of years. Why, I guess it kind of, when I'm thinking about it now, why does it look bad that the last couple of videos that I've made are all review videos? The reason why is because all the companies that have come to me, I felt obligated because they wouldn't say no. They wouldn't take a no for an answer, believe it or not. And my channel is not even close to getting the numbers it used to have. And I always love to make partnerships with these companies. I'm not after the revenue. I'm after being able to see what the next piece of technology is out and sharing it with people. And that's my passion. That's what I love to do. So again, the first part of this video is to say to all of you what was going on, because I realized also shutting my mouth and not telling you all about it may be another factor of what's going on in the world. Maybe. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days, and it bothers me that I wasn't honest with all of you. It's probably the first time in a long time that I've felt this way, to hide. The second part is the answer to the question: am I a part-time Jew? And the answer is no, never. It's who I am. If you've ever gotten anything out of my videos, if I've helped you, if you've enjoyed them, I've got to say that some of this stuff has obviously reached out to all of you, because the numbers are there. Maybe I'm not a success on YouTube, but I was very proud that last year we hit over 1 million views. Almost all those views, in fact, all those 1 million views are based on the laser stuff. It's been based on helping people, teaching people, getting in contact with people. There are laserologists out there that have really strong links and communications to me to this day. I consider them friends, whether or not that means seeing people at the events, whether that's dragging consumables to other countries when I'm visiting and sending them off, whether it's having a conversation every couple of months, whether it's a video or email. That's the power of people communicating. And I'm in a lot of shock. There's no script to what I'm saying here now. I never thought that this would reach my home. I guess in a way what I'm trying to say is I'm kind of tired of not doing what I love. I can't turn it around straight away, but expect more content, because that's the only way I can kind of stand up and say, hey, this is who I am, right? You're not gonna hide. What are you gonna do to me now? You're gonna threaten me via email? Okay, then do it. I'm sorry. I did the wrong thing because I let it affect me. Because you know what? What happened in Sydney on the beaches of Bondi? Maybe if we all stood up and didn't say we were afraid, that's the one more time, they wouldn't have. I don't know. Here's the thing that I kind of want to finish up with. We are all stronger together than we are apart. Whether that's to do with lasers or anything in the world, I truly believe that. That's why I started doing the stuff on YouTube. I started sharing my journey because people were interested in it. I ended up in the laser field. I've had a lot of people thank me. I've had a lot of people tell me that I'm wrong. That's okay. Learn from everyone. I've always said that. But in no way am I going to let people shame me into stop doing what I love? If you watched this end of the video and this has been confusing, I apologize. I felt that I had to break my rule and speak out about what's going on. No matter whatever you feel towards me, I want you to know that I love you all. I really do. This is what is important to Jewish people. I know there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of horrible things. There's a war going on in the Middle East right now. No one wins. No one. If you're interested in my personal journey, let me know. If this, you know, I have friends on both sides. I taught people from Gaza that I've not been able to get in contact with, and it is painful on both sides, and there's other things involved that are so complicated, and we will never know what's going on. And I can't believe that I lost friends in Australia because we cannot get to a point to love each other. I'll see you on the channel. I'm gonna go make some cool stuff once I get home. And I wish everyone safety. It's the fourth night of Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Let's bring some light into the world. What better way than using our lasers? Thank you.